Hi guys. It's so quiet in here. I guess it's always quiet in here. I guess I'm usually talking to myself. Hi friends. Hello, hello. Welcome to my little video that I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about some of these English advertising pots. They are Ironstone pots. I'm calling them crocks. Some of them have a little feel, a little bit more like what a crock would have a feeling of. And it's a product that I'm super excited that I finally hooked up with someone that could wholesale me some of these pots. So that I could bring them to you guys. I know you guys see my collection from time to time here. I have some in my kitchen. I have some in my dining room. I have some, every once in a while I'll move them around maybe and put some in the living room. But for the most part, this is my English advertising spot. Now, not all like my little wine jugs are not. They're from Sandusky, Ohio. I think this Polson's brown flour and sugar bowl are not part of that, but and this was from my hometown in Zanesville. But everything that you see writing on, for the most part, has all been unearthed. And I know there's been a lot of curiosity about them when I've shown them in the past. And so I have been really researching and talking to everyone that I know antique-wise, and I found a lady that has a connection to a friend in England, and she wholesales these pots. And I have another guy, I have a connection to an older fella that has a setup at one of the shows that I go to, and he was so busy when I was there I couldn't talk business with him, but I'm going to try and hook up with him again because he sells some broken pieces. And so what I thought I would do is just try to explain it. I know some of you are really interested in this stuff, and the story of it is quite fascinating. And the gal that I bought these from put a little thing in for me to talk to you guys about it, and she said this is pretty much the story that she got from her friend in England. I didn't get a specific where she lived or anything like that, but what she said was, back in the day, at the turn of the century, these fabulous pieces of history were a one-time use only. So that explains why there's so many over there, and why, you know, people, I mean, I watch Instagram. I have friends that we've connected through this stuff, and you know, their collections are quite extensive. This is nothing. I mean, this is nothing. They have bookcases that it's just like, I have all of these dishes and stuff stacked. They stack this stoneware. Like, people are really, really into it. I love it, but I'm not going to collect it to where you can't even see it. I'm happy with what I have, but I really want to share with you, and maybe even find better pieces along the way that I can trade out, get you guys started with some that I started with as I move up and get nicer and nicer pieces. I'm hoping, if we can find them. But they're fabulous pieces of history. They were a one-time use only. So, like this particular piece, so Danita got all of these online. I took all of the pictures, sent her the descriptions, the sizes, and all of that stuff yesterday, and she texted me this morning and said everything was up and running. She had a couple questions about a couple of pieces, and I just got home from a paint job, so I'm kind of a mess, but somebody had already bought this pot. I hadn't even told you guys about that, and someone that was searching on my website has already bought one of the pieces. So that I was just so excited when I saw that order come through, and I checked to see what she bought, and she actually bought one of my pots that I hadn't even gotten to talk to you guys about. So I'm glad that I still had it here to show you. But anyway, so let's just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. So this was J. Stainsbury, and it was potted meats. So this would be full of meat, and it would be a one-time deal. So you know how we go to the grocery or the carry out, and we grab, or not the carry out, I'm trying to think of the gas station, not a gas station, what is, like the convenience store, that's what I'm trying to think of, and you pick up a beef stick. Well, this was there. This was how they did it back in the, you know, at the turn of the century, early 1900s. This was how they did it, and then you would throw it away, like we throw away our Smucker's jars or you know, peanut butter containers or whatever, but they were in these beautiful crock glazed pieces of stoneware. So she says, okay, so back in the day at the turn of the century, these fabulous pieces of history were a one-time use. I have potted shrimp. This was just potted meats. This was potted ham. This was potted meats. So there's ham and shrimp and just meats. Anyway, so then it says, after the contents were emptied, the pot was discarded. And because they are ironstone, they do not burn. So they were dumped into the tips of London circa 1900. Enthusiasts and excavators have been unearthing and reviving them for approximately the last 50 to 60 years. Please enjoy this piece of history. And then she says, we only sell authentic English advertising, no reproductions. Our sources ship directly to us after they excavate and clean. So this is what I'm bringing to you now. I'm just so excited. I just want you to understand what treasures I'm holding and sharing with you guys. And I'm not like trying to make it bigger than it is. It's really, really awesome. Hi, Cindy. Hi, you guys. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the comments so I don't get distracted. I usually go through the comments at the end. I think that might have been my first hello, it looks like. I think that was my first hello. So, hi Cindy, thank you for saying hello. I appreciate that. It's always nice to talk to you guys. But so I'm going to try and educate you guys a little bit, on these things, and give you something to watch for when you are out. Oh, there's Deborah. Hi, Deborah and Sarah. Hi, girls. When you guys are out, collecting or antique shopping or at these vintage markets, because all of these things from England are slowly, coming here because we are really desiring these things. Hey, Susan. So when you hear someone talk about crazing, I have one here that is super extra crazed, which I love. So the crazing is when it's been under the ground and like whether it's been in water or heat or whatever, it causes this crazing look. So in the description of this particular potted meats, it's the same pot, but because of where it was buried for all of those years, hi Mary, hey Mona, oh you're welcome Mary, because of where they were buried and how long they were buried, they react to the what's happening with the environment. So this one has a light crazing. See how it's underneath the glazing, and it's just something, you see that? You can see it. It's very consistent to the piece. It is all throughout, and you can see it even on the inside just a bit there. There you can see. This one is super crazed. Look at that. That is just so awesome because of its age, and it's perfectly like, it's not cracks, it's called crazing. So just so that you understand what that is, and that means that this one went through a lot more than this one. Okay, this one, it doesn't have any chips. I mean, there may be a couple of slight chips at the bottom, but sometimes when they do the glazing over top, where they're sitting sticks and you pull, when they pick it up, one of these viral pieces here, I noticed when I was doing my, let's see, where is it? Right here. When I was doing my descriptions, I explained that this one had a little bit of a, see that, like where the glazing has dripped down and actually kind of puddled. So anyway, what else can I tell you about these besides the meats? Okay, so let's talk about like the different, like, okay, here's one. This one's mine, and I actually found a lid. Now just the lid, I paid $28 just for the lid. So hopefully my husband's not watching this. But when you put, so I just hopefully hoped that I had a pot that the lid would fit, and I do. It's not the same company, but it fits, and I love that. And so this is not very thick, and it's in perfect, that's why, it's in perfect condition. So you guys wouldn't start with something like that for your collection, but you would start with some of these pots that I'm going to be bringing you from her. So this one is unusual in that it is blue. It has blue lettering. So it has its crock. It is in perfect condition except all of the original mishaps with it. And because, so this was, this says, oh, Carrick's, it looks like Cumberland Dairy, CPLP, or no, Company, I don't know what that is. Pure thick cream, fresh daily, low row, and then something Carlisle. These are all from England, so I think some of these with the little zeros and stuff are I can't read that. But this is original to the pot. The person that got this pot brand new, this is all underneath the glazing. And then it's got some marks here, but it's a one and done. They fired it. They presented it to the customer with the heavy cream or the thick cream in it. The customer used the cream and pitched it, threw it out. I mean, some people might have kept them, but the landfills, there are full of these kind of things if they go deep enough to get to that. So I have 2 of these pots. They are online. One of them, the first one here, has a little bit more through the glazing. They're exactly the same. This one, the label looks a little more wonky. This one here, but it is in perfect condition compared to the other. It's got this little under the glaze. It was original to the piece. And I saw some, oh yeah, right here, under the glaze. This is all part of the glaze, probably was touching another bottle. Well, no, it wouldn't have been. Yeah, it might have been touching another bottle. And so it has a mark in it. You're never going to find perfect. And if you do, you probably won't want to spend the money for it. And personally, we kind of look for the crazing and all of that. Let me show you my very favorite piece that I have. It won't be online because it's mine. Is this one. It's the largest piece that I have ever seen. And it is crazed. It is cracked. And I love it. And let me tell you, it is even broken because people are digging through the earth they're digging with shovels or whatever to get to these things. Plus that, when the people pitched it, you know, they pitch it and that happens, or throwing stuff on top, or people, you know, smashing even more and more. So it's very unusual to find them in perfect condition. But again, this was a marmalade, and it's the largest one that I have, and I keep my little collection of little yummy things in there. All right. So I talked about these 2 and those 2. And then this one is one that I have never seen before, and she sent me 2 of these as well. I've never seen this one. I don't have this one in my collection. Pure Fresh Cream, Wigtown Shires Creamery Co. It says from the Wig. Okay, so let me show you what it looks like. Okay, and you can see pictures of these on my website. Why would anyone want the perfect? You're right, Susan. I know, but people that are like, even for me, when I first started looking, I would be like, $125 for a broken, why I don't get it. It's so pretty, too bad it's broken, and walked on, you know, and then you'd see some more. And it was like, the more, every time you would go to a show, like over the years, I kind of started looking at them more. And then when I heard the story of it, I'm like, oh my gosh, give me one, right? So that's how it's all happened for me. I've passed them up many times, didn't know what they were, and just thought, oh, those are cool, and kept on going. I don't like to spend a lot, so I have a hard time. But when you hear the story and how cool they are, that's the thing. But so for like these 2, here's that where it was touching another. It's under the glaze. We've got a chip here. Here's where it was touching another. So all of this stuff is regular firing stuff. These are $65 a piece. You would find them on my website. There's a category that we made for English advertising. I forget what we called it. I think it was English advertising. I'm not sure. But so those are there. And then we have, now this one's kind of, I don't know how I feel about this. I love, look at how that writing would show up. I actually set this one up here just to see. But look how that writing would show up from a distance. Like, no one really pays attention to, whoops, you can't see. No one really pays attention to what they say, actually. But it's just the font again. And if you caught my video, was it yesterday or the day before? I can't remember. I think it was yesterday. We talked about book pages, and I told you about all the fonts and the different, you know, things like that that you look for. And that applies to this as well. It's more about the look, like from a distance. Like this one's really awesome. But this is 3 different sizes of this. And wait till I tell you what it is. And you think, gosh, what did they do with that back in the day, right? So here's the 3 different sizes. The large one is absolutely insanely perfect. There is, I mean, there's a little dot, see that? But that's all in the original casting. No chips, no cracks, nothing wrong with it. There's a little, I showed you, just that little bit. So this one is $52. This is what she recommended. It's the largest one I've ever seen as well. So then I have the medium sized. It is $37, and it's also in good shape. Now this is a little more Ironstone crock feeling to me than the more porcelainish Ironstone. Like, I don't know the difference. She called them all Ironstone, so she would know a lot better than me. And then also this one is in perfect shape, except there's a spot right here where the glazing, I don't know, where it possibly was touching another bottle. I'm not sure. But these are by the Ideal Food. It says Ideal Food Viral, V-I-R-O-L, a preparation of bone marrow, an ideal fat food for children and invalids. I don't know. And how did they get it? I don't know. And I know it's backwards. I should have flipped it around. What else did I want to show you? So I have several of these. This is probably the first one and the most common one that I recognize. Grand Medal of Merit, Vienna, 1873. James Keiler, K-E-I-L-L-E-R, and Sons. But you will see Dundee marmalade. A lot of people will find like the crates, they had wooden crates, and you may see signs of Dundee marmalade. It says only prize medal for marmalade, London, 1862. So it must have been started in 1862, and this particular glass was from 1873. It has consistent crazing. This one is on the website. It is $75, and the most of the crazing is on the inside with a slight chip on the inside right here. This one is like, I have this one up here to show you the difference. Okay, and then I have found it right here. I found it, I don't know, I don't even remember when, with a paper lid. It's paper. It's paper. But it is from the same, it's original to it. I've never tried to take it off. It doesn't come off easily because I did try to lift it, but I didn't want to break it. So as you can see, as the years went by, they changed their labeling. Well, this one says 1797 that it was established. So I'm not sure why. There's 2 different dates here. I know you can research these. This one says made from sugar syrup and Sellville oranges. Great Britain, 87, Dundee and Croydon. If you get them, you can research all of this stuff. Again, they're found mudlarking, the English guy that I met, that I'm hoping to hook up with again, hoping to find him again. He said that he was talking about this mudlarking, and that's what they call when they go along the riverbanks of I'll say it wrong. I think it's Time River over there, and I want to do that someday. That's like on my bucket list to do. Let's see. My friend Julie found this tiny little 1 ounce or half ounce. It's a half ounce measure crock. Of course, it's got a spot in it, but I treasure that. But okay, so now let's talk about some of these broken things. So the guy I was telling you about sells broken pieces. They're $5 for broken pieces. So I'm kind of particular. I want my breaks to be on the bottom so that when I display them, like with my greenery or whatever, that it kind of still works okay. Something else that's super common was their toothpaste. I do not have a toothpaste jar per se, but I have lids, broken lids. I'm hoping that he will, like if I buy several of his broken pieces, maybe he'll give me a little discount where I can sell them to you for $5. I'm hoping. But so these are just toothpaste. And so their jars would fit, you know, this lid would fit into the jars. And this is their toothpaste. What a fancy way to get your toothpaste. And then I have this one, which is a treasure of cold cream. It was an old cold cream, and so you can see it's been, I love that patina like that. So just to kind of explain, when you're on the website looking and you stumble across this, or maybe you might not look for a long time, and then, you know, maybe this summer I'll find these people, and I think I'm going to order some more just for a little more variety if she has that. I mean, there were only so many different products that they did, but I'm hoping that maybe I can get even more for you guys. If you like it, let me know. But here's another. This is called Tooth Powder. Another one that I bought broken, not from this gal. She's giving me full good pieces. But just to show you all of the different products that are out there. Some of these, like this is French. I can't even read it. This one here is French. I can't read it. It's a whole different ball game. But most of them are written in English. This one's German, actually. Julie found this, and it's a German lettering. So of course I'll never get rid of that. Because that's super awesome. But anyway, so I am able to bring you a few pieces for you guys to enjoy, and know that I will continue looking for more to share with you guys as I can. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a lot. I hope you love it as much as I do. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 10 pieces. One is sold that are going, that are online now, ready for you guys. So I just thought I would show you. I really wanted to wait until later tonight when I could clean up. But I thought I was so excited to share. So it's fine. I want you guys to look more at that than me. So have a great day. Oh, let me look and see if there's any questions about all of this. It's fascinating to me, and I love to like teach you guys and show you guys things. Nope, I don't think there's any questions. Okay, I'm back to where she said, why would anyone want the perfect piece? That's exactly right, because it shows the age and the history, and if it's perfect, it almost will look like a reproduction, which I'm sure will probably start coming out because of the popularity of these on Instagram and stuff. So you'll probably be able to find some reproductions soon. I know that the lady that sells these, they have a lot of a lot of blank with no writing on them. And we see those all of the time. And what she's done is mimicked these labels and has been able to make some jars that are, I guess they're a little, I don't know. I didn't really investigate because I don't want that. But she offered those as well, that they are like a look-alike thing. So the reproductions are coming, but I want all of the good original stuff. So I'm not going to be putting any of that on there, even if it's cheaper. I can't say never. I mean, if she gives us a good price point and you get the look of it, and maybe you guys aren't as into the true real thing as I am, you might be Hobby Lobby, type, which is great. I go to Hobby Lobby all the time. I'm not saying anything about that. I use their stuff all the time for clients. But for me, I like the real thing. I like to pay $55 for something and know that I can put it on eBay and get my $55 back when I'm tired of it, rather than sell it for $2 in the yard sale. That's just me, because usually when I buy, as you can tell, it's hard for me to give it up. So my husband's like, it's time. So I've gone through and pulled a few things here and there, but it's not helping. I need to pull a lot more. But as I bring in the new, I try to clean out a little bit and all that. So anyway, you guys have a great day. Thanks for listening to me share my treasures, and hopefully you're excited that I'm bringing some to you as well. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.